Hello, Taurus, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of September 21st through the 27th. And during that time, we'll have a new moon that comes in on the 22nd. And a new moon is a really good time for a fresh start, new beginnings, good time to learn a new skill or start new projects that you've been thinking about or make new decisions. We then move into the waxing crescent energy. And that's a time of heightened senses when we can focus on the work that we've already started. And it's a good time to just plan and begin projects and kind of make adjustments and live up to those expectations and things that you've set for yourself previously. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter. So Taurus, of course, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is take time to breathe out. Okay, and that makes me want to just take a big deep breath and also breathe out. So, Taurus, as I'm shuffling, I would like to say that since my readings are free to you, all that I ask in return is that you hit that subscribe button. And after the reading, if you like the reading, of course, please hit the like button. That would be awesome as well. It really helps my channel. It's super, super easy for you to do. So I will give you a moment to hit that subscribe button right now as I'm shuffling. Thank you so much. And remember that you do need to be logged into Google or YouTube to subscribe to a YouTube channel. If you're not aware of that, make sure that you know that. And that's how you subscribe and find people later. So there was a time in which I didn't really understand how all that worked. So now that I do, look at me YouTubing. Love it. Anyway, also, if you've been a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and helping me build a community here. I do really appreciate that, and I see you. So thank you so, so much. All right, without further ado, let's move into this reading today. Taurus, September 21st through the 27th. Take time to breathe out. Your present situation, Taurus, is the Ace of Wands. So here comes the universe with something new for you, some new passion, something for you to really be into, something that lights a fire, something that makes you excited to get out of bed in the morning. So that's very, very awesome for you. Something coming in there, or this is also a yes. If there's some question that you've kind of had for the universe, the answer for you today is definitely a big yes. What is your current situation is the Magician. So of course, the Magician is asking you, what is it, where do you want to build your life? Where do you want to make changes? And if you've already said, you've already previously made the decision before you've even been asked the question, is thank you, Magician. I will choose Wands. I want more passion. I want to I want some sort of fire in my life, some sort of excitement and fun, and something that I can really get behind. So awesome that is your situation, that the Magician is really, putting that question to you at this time. What is in your, or what is just at the root of your situation right now is that you maybe you've been feeling a little bit like an outsider here with the Five of Pentacles, that you're feeling a little left out somewhere. And it could be in the way of passion, that you feel like, there are other people around you. I always say comparison is the thief of joy. But if you're feeling like, that person seems very excited about that thing, and that person's very excited, what am I excited about? Sometimes we do just question that question, what are we doing with our day-to-day life? Are you really living up to your full potential? Are you really doing the things that excite you every day? When you wake up in the morning, again, are you excited to put your feet on the floor and get moving because there's something that really just puts a fire under you and gets you excited about life? So, and if you don't know what that thing is, this is definitely a sign to really start seeking that out and just really think about it. I know, some of us are luckier than others when it comes to choosing a passion, or honestly having a passion choose us. I know early for me it was music. There's been different things throughout my life. At this point it's tarot, and learning these things has been really a big focus for me for the past quite a few years. Probably 5 or 6 years now, although it's kind of added up over time. This has been something that, that I've also been very interested in, very passionate about. But for some people that comes easier. Some other folks, you're like, what is it? What am I into? What is my thing? And, you have to search a little bit harder. And I don't know what that is maybe finding things that you were interested in, maybe in your past that you didn't have time or the energy to pursue. Just put kind of just start narrowing things down. And where are you at your happiest and where are you most in the moment? And that's going to give you a really good sign as to what those passions might be for you if you're having difficulty finding them. Okay, in your recent past here, is the Empress. So, you've been coming from a place of feeling a little creative, maybe more so than usual. If and maybe you've made a commitment here to do something a little more long term, we're starting to see a couple of major arcana here. We'll see if more come out to see if you're kind of going through a major transition phase right now. Which if we see a lot of major arcana, I would probably say yes to, but you're coming out of just a good creative time where you're feeling good. You're feeling like, the Empress is about things being plentiful. This is about feeling beautiful. This is, kind of really putting your time and energy into long term things that are coming to fruition. So, great card for that. What is on your mind this week is the Devil. So, again, with the major arcana, here comes a few. You're really kind of at a crossroads right now. The devil on your mind is the devil that's putting false truths into you, the devil that is making you feel not as confident. It's maybe making you procrastinate some things or have some self doubt. And again, if you're feeling like an outsider, that's a good way for the devil to really get on your shoulder and be a little bit negative and say, "No, you can't do that." Let me just say, if you're interested in that thing that might cause you, no, I don't think you can do that. Let's not listen to that. That's really on your mind this week, and you really need to use the Magician and the Empress, those kind of energies, to really quell that voice of the devil that's trying to put those false truths in your head. This could also, the devil likes to distract you with other things so that you're not focused on the thing that's really going to make you happy. So keep that in mind as you're moving through the week. What is just ahead of you is the Two of Pentacles. So, feeling like, can I add this thing to my life? I'm already, can I juggle everything? Can I do this? Yes. The answer to that is yes. The Magician says yes. This Ace of Wands definitely says yes. The Emperor says yes. It's just that devil and this self doubt, this feeling like an outsider, that's kind of, it's kind of in your gut, but also in your head. And don't let those things sway your confidence on where you go. You absolutely can juggle these things and add something else to your life, and it's fine. You'll get through all of it. In your advice position is the Knight of Wands, which means forge ahead. This means go ahead and take that action. You want to do it. This is saying yes to your passion. This is definitely, moving towards achievements. This is just really investing your time in the thing that is giving you that passion. That's something that you're so excited about. Is go ahead and do it. It's definitely telling you, yes, this is about just having that passion to do it, to being flexible enough to compromise and do, to juggle the things in life so that you can spend some time doing this thing that you're so passionate about, this new passion that you have. What is beyond your control is the Knight of Cups, and that's moving through this, not only going after this thing with some gusto, but moving through it with an emotional balance. This is actions in the emotional realm, but very balanced. Look at the difference in how these horses travel. One is very steady and moving, just at a nice little clip. This horse is like going for it. And you've got both of those. You're doing it in an emotionally balanced way, which is good. That's a healthy way to do that. What is your secret desire or what you're trying to avoid? Well, I hope this is your secret desire. This is the angel that you need opposite this devil. This is to be inspired. This is about, having the angel on the other shoulder that is quelling those thoughts of that devil. This is about balance and truth. This is about, doing things that fulfill you, so that you can get to a place where you just feel happy and balanced and good about things. It's the angel again on your other shoulder that's whispering all those positive things into your ear. Let's listen to that angel and not that devil. In your outcome position is the Four of Cups, which leaves you feeling a little bit dissatisfied, and probably because of this battle of good and evil that's going on. You know, again, this is kind of a big week for you. You know, we do have one, two, three, four major arcana cards. Okay. Here's what I don't see. And we'll look at what's hidden at the bottom of the deck, but I don't see any swords, which tells me, you know, swords are about air energy. So this is thoughts and what we're speaking. So this is all kind of going on, but things are, I feel like things are going around you, you're not putting a whole lot of thought into them. You're kind of reacting, yeah, instead of acting or being active with your thoughts. So of course that's going to feel you feeling a little bit dissatisfied, but you've got this angel and devil battle that's going on, and you've got these creator two over here. This is the magician telling you, let's create something. This is the empress, you know, coming out of a place of creation. So you know, you have to decide what that battle and who's going to win that battle of good and evil. Again, your overall message was take time to breathe out. So in with that big breath and out. And you may want to take time to just meditate this week. Oh, let's see what's hidden from you at the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups. So this is definitely, again, keeping your emotions in check as all of this goes on. If you kind of have this internal struggle, you know, which is not really, it's kind of a spiritual struggle. One in one, you know, the devil in one ear telling you you can't, and the angel in the other telling you you can. You know, you need to decide to, you know, really embody that of the magician so that you're not listening to either. And you're just going to go ahead and forge forward, do the thing that makes you happiest. I think that's going to keep you from feeling that dissatisfaction of kind of fighting that angel devil battle there. Does that make sense? All right, let's see what the Soul Oracle deck says. What does the Soul Oracle deck say for Taurus at this time of the new moon while they're struggling to really, I feel like, just grab the reins on this new passion? You know, the should I, shouldn't I struggle. Become a clear channel. Yeah, you know, again, I don't see one sword in this. This is not about your thoughts. I don't think I feel like this is, your emotions are very steady. And I'm almost getting a feeling of like you're trying to not let your emotions rise, but it's like almost like things are going on around you and you're not speaking about it and you're not really thinking too hard about it. And that's probably what you do need to do is rest, meditate, breathe out. These things that are happening around you, you know, you have more control over them than you know. So but become a clear channel for, you know, this is the magician. Become that clear channel so that passion can come through you, and you can go ahead and live. Let's follow more of what that angel's saying instead of what that devil is saying. All right, for self care this week, Taurus. Let's see what you need to do to take care of yourself. Which I don't think this wraps up this week, by the way. I think you're feeling dissatisfied by the end of the week, but this is going to continue on into next week. Your self-care card is the card called Change. A resistance to change is a resistance to life itself. Open your heart and mind to new beginnings. Yeah, something new is trying to come through for you. And again, I don't even think you're thinking. I think you're feeling your way through it right now. You know, it may change if you come back next week. Your reading may be full of swords where you're finally ready to start to make decisions, you know, to really think about things in a more logical way. But it's almost like things are happening right now and you're kind of going on feelings, and it's leading you to kind of be dissatisfied because you're struggling with this angel and this devil on each shoulder that's each telling you to do something different. So you need to become a clear channel so that you are making those decisions instead of having those outside influences in your ear telling you what to do. So, Taurus, I wish you the best of luck with this. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below. You know, let me know what's going on in your life where you've got that struggle, you know, that confidence, confidence versus lack of confidence in something where you're just kind of at this decision point. Again, if you come back next week, I feel like you're going to see hopefully more swords in your reading where you're thinking more clearly. It's just right now you're kind of in this I almost want to say like an emotional fog, and you are a little bit dissatisfied about it. So you do need to take time to breathe out and take time to just kind of sit with these things and feel them, feel your way through so that you can maybe start thinking a little bit more about them next week. So Again, Taurus, thank you so much for your time. If you're comfortable sharing, drop me a comment down below. I do readings every week, so come back next week and we'll see if this energy continues on. Again, if those swords start appearing for you. Also, if you like my reading style, of course, please hit like and subscribe. It really helps my channel, but more importantly, it'll help you find me next week and we'll see where this story goes. So thank you so much, Taurus, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.